Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And look at the one-day chart now. We're in the green. We're sitting here just under 52.5 cents. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday, you had people acting like the sky was falling and everybody was FUDing on XRP. Now, all of a sudden, we are suddenly back and we're going to start to take off from here because we're up literally 2.5 cents. That's how crypto works. And that's why I'm always urging you to not be emotional. Don't let your feelings get involved once you get into crypto. You got to leave that at the door. That's what yesterday's video was really about. You got to be a ruthless son of a bitch when you enter crypto. When everybody else is selling, you got to be the guy buying or the girl buying. Because that's how crypto is. You want to get rich in this space? You can't have any emotion. And that was the point I was trying to get across. And a lot of people didn't like the way I said things because I cursed a little bit in that video. But I think it had to be said that way for a reason. Because I see so many people always so focused on the price. You got to look at the much bigger picture. XRP is set to disrupt the entire banking system. That's what you're holding. In XRP, it's not about how much you invest, but how patient you are. You know, the biggest questions that I get asked all the time is, how much XRP should I be holding? How much do you think I should be investing on each dip when it happens? And nobody could really tell you that. It depends on your patience level. Are you able to hold when everybody else is saying the top is now in for XRP? Because that's going to happen as we take off with XRP. There's going to be people consistently trying to call the top, but you got to stay patient. You got to look at real world events that are happening at the same time. Is utility now driving the price of XRP? Is real value pushing the price higher and higher? There's a lot of things we're going to look at once the price of XRP takes off. But are you going to sell your entire bag at a specific price point? Or are you going to still be holding once XRP reaches 4 digits at some point in the future? It is a patience game. But as you stay patient, you can't let feelings and emotions get the best of you. And don't fall for the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Because the biggest shakeout of XRP holders is other XRP holders. People always complaining and saying XRP's never going to move. It absolutely is going to move. You got to be holding when it happens. They are the ones who said it. You know what's holding the banks back? Take a listen.
And I think, so to give you some context, in 2016, what we did was we piloted with 12 banks. We said, hey, these 12 banks were based across regions throughout the globe, and they did not have pre-funded relationships with each other. What we did was we gave these 12 banks some XRP and asked them to settle within themselves. And it worked beautifully. But then they came back and said, you know what, this works beautifully, and we would love to adopt it, but we cannot. And precisely the exact reason just you mentioned about Basel III capital requirements, regulatory uncertainty, and so on. So they said that A, it's volatile, B, there are no set of regulations, so we cannot hold.
So that's what's keeping the banks out. There's regulatory uncertainty still, and they can't hold it on their books. And that's why I keep telling you, once we get crypto regulations put in place, adoption is going to happen quickly after. The good thing is, we're no longer years away from regulations. We are now months away. It's either going to happen before the election or soon after the elections. And that's what the world is pushing to already. You see it happening in other countries around the world. The US just seems to be lagging behind. And Brad said that they are the plumbers. Take a listen.
This is just a simpler infrastructure way. I mean, look, in some ways, we're plumbers. Like, we're enabling a much more efficient plumbing.
And that's how you could look at all those rails. You could look at them as rails or pipes that XRP is going to flow through in the future. And all those pipes are already put in place all around the world. Most of the BRICS countries already have Ripple rails inside. And every single BRICS country, every single country that wants to join the BRICS is already working with Ripple somehow, some way, if not directly through a Ripple partner. Because Ripple is fixing the banking system. It's better to see it right here. Even if Ripple is now offering messaging also, since this pick is from 2014, the largest value they offer is instant settlement. What is the world pushing to right now? Real-time payments and instant settlement. Ripple is fixing the back end at the banks, where the SWIFT problems are most visible, where you could see the problems. And that's what Ripple fixes. And once they fix that throughout the system, you will see XRP skyrocket like never before. Even a lot of the apps that you use on your phone for payments, they still have problems on the back end because of how old and outdated SWIFT actually is. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions which take place in the derivatives market. Derivatives market equals the biggest player in the game, handles trillions of dollars daily. Once we start taking over the derivatives market, that could get us to an easy 3-digit XRP, most likely 4 digits once that happens. And this is going to happen at some place as well, because Ripple is already getting tied into the derivatives market already. You know, the last decade, all Ripple did was build, and they never stopped. In 2022, they really picked up a lot of momentum. 2023, even more momentum. And yet people are worried about the price of XRP today. That's why I'm telling you, you know, I sleep like a baby every single night, knowing I'm an XRP investor. I don't worry about the market. I don't worry about the price of XRP. If it's dipping right now, I'm buying more of it. You know why? Because I know all of this is going to happen. All the facts are out there for you to see. Updated version based on more research. This comes from Grape Drop, and I thought this was something that I should definitely share with all of you. Original developers of Bitcoin, XRP, and XLM. And you see, Jed McCaleb has ties to XLM, ties to Ripple, and ties to Bitcoin. But you also see David Schwartz has the same ties to Bitcoin and Ripple. Then there's Arthur Brito and Satoshi and Hal Finney, Gavin Andresen, Mike Hearn. But you see that Bitcoin, when it started, all the players that were involved went on to create better things. XLM is a better Bitcoin. XRP is a better Bitcoin. You could even say that XLM and XRP are the real Bitcoins, and Bitcoin was just a test for XRP and XLM. And I thought it was great to share that because it puts it more into perspective on what happened back then. And as we push into the future, Bitcoin's going to become less relevant once the utility of XRP and XLM start to really drive this market forward. But what the biggest fall of Bitcoin is going to be is the fall of Tether. Here is confidential presentation offering the institutional perspective on Tether. Institutions like S&P have developed stability assessment frameworks specifically designed to evaluate the quality of stablecoins. In this case, they focus on Tether, giving it a rating of 4, where 1 is the best and 5 is the worst. Tether is described as having significant credit market and interest rate risk, and there are concerns about lack of transparency regarding its reserves. It got a terrible score. So we know how horrible Tether is. And I even said, the fall of Tether has to happen at a specific time to fast track regulations and bring greater transparency to this space, and also clear the path for highly regulated stablecoins to be used inside the banking sector. This looks more relevant today than ever before, as Mika showed us how it will happen. Mika pointed out that Tether is not suitable to be used in the banking sector. It's not good for financial institutions going forward. But I think it's going to bring on the fast tracking of regulations, kind of the way FTX did. But the US still did not put crypto regulations in place. However, as we're pushing towards CBDCs, which are nothing more than a stablecoin that is created by the government, there's going to be a need for that regulation. The fall of Tether can usher that in very quick. Now, while we're on the subject of regulations, I said once KYC is a wallet requirement, like Decent, Ledger, etc., we may see a bottleneck there as well. I am sure some will not pass regulations. This may be a concern at some point in the near future, and something to think about. So what we're going to have to watch with regulations is what wallets are going to be KYCing, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, because that's going to be a requirement with wallets as well. On-off ramps may be limited to just a few exchanges after regulations, but I think the real path forward will be direct payments from digital wallet to digital wallet, most likely offered by traditional banks after regulations and adoption. The banks are going to want to be the ones custodying your crypto. Most likely, they will make certain cryptocurrencies actual currency. You see that happening already with the IRS. So think about it like this. If, say, XRP was looked at through the banks and the IRS as an actual currency, it can then be FDIC insured. But we're not quite at that point yet. But let's go back to wallets. My vision for the future was always you have a digital wallet and you want to pay a merchant at the store. You could go directly from your wallet to his wallet with no one in between. That's the future I think we will get to once we have regulations and adoption happening at the same time. But there's going to be a lot of things that we got to look at there as we push into the future as well. Regulations are going to change this space forever, is what I'm saying. Ripple plans to add Ox Polygon Ethereum compatible smart contracts via a new sidechain to XRP Ledger, expanding its functionality beyond basic transactions. I think XRP will most likely take Ethereum's spot first because of this right here. I think Ripple is going to gain a lot of traction off of this as we push ahead. But one thing I like is Axelar. This development includes the use of the Axelar network for cross-chain token transfers with wrapped XRP, EXRP, acting as the primary token on this sidechain, facilitating broader interoperability and developer engagement. So Axelar is going to utilize XRP as their primary token. And I like the idea that I want to see value come from that over time. Now, once smart contracts hit the XRP ledger, I think we're going to see a lot of projects jump ship from Ethereum. I'm waiting to see what happens with that. But, you know, we are getting to the point now in crypto where you see the change happening already. Outside of crypto, you see us pushing into the digital age. And that's why I'm telling you, you don't stay focused on the price of XRP right now. We all know XRP is at the heart of the digital financial system, and it is absolutely coming. And you will never, ever touch XRP under $1 ever again. You're lucky if you're going to be buying XRP under $100 in the not so distant future. I think it's going to happen over the course of the next 12 to 24 months. Honestly, 2025 looks huge for XRP with what's going on in Japan, plus Fed Now and ISO as well. But until it all happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.